people? What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? It's your boy Tony Guns back at y'all again with another one. Of course, the first order of business is and always is building leaders and creating kings. Operation by building national development over generations. I want to do something that I really don't do. My platform isn't for celebrity gossip and chit chat and things of that nature. That's not what this is. That's not what this is for. So you very rarely going to hear me ever speak on celebrities and what they got going. I could care less, to be honest. But with that being said, I was asked, talking to a few of my homeboys. We was in conversation, and one of them had asked me about Kanye West and how I feel about Kanye West, and my response was, I don't feel one way or the other. I don't really care about Kanye West. I don't think anything about Kanye West. You're here, hot topic right now because of what's going on, to be honest. Oftentimes, I think one thing I would say about him is he's a marketing genius. Every time he got some new stuff get ready to come out, that's when he get to going on he get to going through all his antics or raves or whatever the case may be. And when I brought up antics, they were saying, well, do you not agree with the stuff that he say, or you think the stuff that he says is controversial? Both can be true. I agree with some of the things that he say, and I agree that a lot of the things that he say is controversial. My thing, I don't care nothing about Kanye West. So then the question, and I don't want him around me. That was ultimately what I said. I just don't want him around me. He was saying, so why you hate Kanye? Well, I don't hate Kanye West by any stretch of the imagination. Kanye West just isn't my type of person. And then they go get to ask me about it. You say he's not your type of person, but you don't know him. Well, then there you go. That's it. I don't really know him personally. I don't care to know him personally. But what I do know is what's being put out in the media, not just by the media, but also by him himself. The things that he do, I don't really like his character. He really not my type of guy. You see what I'm saying? He's not my type of, somebody that I would chill with or deal with. That's all it is. I don't care about Kanye one way or the other. They was asking. So then the question came about would I have him on my platform? And at first I said no. At first my absolute response was nah. For what? And I still stick by that, but to a certain degree. Now, that's not to say that if for whatever the reason the stars were lined up and I had an opportunity to sit down and conversate with Kanye on a podcast or on a video log or just on camera in general, that I wouldn't sit down. But I wouldn't, even if I had that status, that I was in a situation where I could have interviews with the likes of Kanye's and things, that Kanye wouldn't be anybody that I go reach out to, because obviously, I'm going to stand on my fundamentals, and obviously, I'm going to stand on my morals and my principles. And ultimately, this is about building leaders and creating kings. And a part of that is the fact he's very opinionated and independent. So that's a part of being a leader. That's a part of building that mind, that king mind state. So with that, I agree. It's just that our personalities, at least from what I see from the media, is so polar opposite. I don't really want to be around. I don't really care to be around. It's like this. Kanye West is family, I just believe that he has a responsibility with him being as large of a figure. He has a responsibility and a duty to his community. And I know that's going to be controversial. People will be like, well, why? He's an individual, he's his own man. Why he got a responsibility? We have a responsibility and a duty to our communities. We have a responsibility. If we truly want to see any change come about in our communities, we have to represent that change. But also, outside of us representing that change, we have a responsibility and a duty to offer the best possible information to our communities. And I believe that Kanye West believes that that's what he's doing. I just don't like his character. You know what I mean? So I don't care to really have him around me. And it's not hate for Kanye. I don't hate him. To sum it up, Kanye West is family. Like I said, or I alluded to a few minutes ago, Kanye West is family. He like your drunk uncle, your grandmother's brother, not your mother's brother, your grandmother's brother that comes to the cookout. Everybody like him in the beginning, he funny, and when he come, he just got a buzz. He just got a buzz. So right then and there, he funny. He telling jokes, everybody laughing. Uncle Freddie crazy. Uncle Freddie crazy. Everybody laugh, joking, and smile. Boy, that boy Uncle Freddie, he all the chain, man. Yeah, Uncle Freddie all the chain. Boy, let's check him out. Look, Uncle Freddie. Yeah, that's one of them. But then Uncle Freddie keep putting that oil in him. keep putting that liquor in him, and he get drunk and drunk, more drunk and drunk, and now he start bringing up family business that's just not ought to be brought about. He opening up family wounds that do not need to be. We here to celebrate one another, not to agitate one another. We here to celebrate one another, not to aggravate one another. We here to celebrate one another, not to belittle or degrade one another. But when now that Uncle drunk, Uncle Freddie getting more and more of that alcohol in him, now he wants to start talking about his feelings. Now he wants to start talking about his emotions. Now he wants to start talking about things that transpire between him and his siblings that open up a can of worms that don't necessarily need to be opened up at that family gathering where we really supposed to be laughing, joking, and smiling together, you know. And then he gets so drunk, he start to get out of his mind. You know, Uncle Freddie knocked a whole pan of chicken over. You know, he one of them. He knocked the whole pan of chicken over, chicken all in the grass, and you know, he one of them. He started to cuss and say use profanities around the kids that wouldn't otherwise hear. And whether they hear it or not, this isn't the place or the platform for you to do that. Yeah, that's Uncle Freddie. It was funny in the beginning. He was tripping off. Then you put more and more of that alcohol in you, and you get more and more intoxicated, and you start to just say anything. And that doesn't mean the things that he's saying, some of those wounds that he opened up, that doesn't mean that is not truth to it. You know, they say a drunk man speaks a sober man's mind. That doesn't mean it's not truth to it. But we chilling. We got Frankie Beverly and Maze on. You know, we ain't sitting here talking about the hurt, harm, and danger that we were in and around this time and when that came about and what you did that affected this person, the funeral arrangements and money that got messed over. We not talking about that. That's not what we here for. You know, that's Kanye. You know, get so drunk that he don't even realize what he's saying anymore. That doesn't mean that there's not truth to it. It can be absolutely true. And then outside of that, these are his emotions. That's not to say that he's not, or feelings. That's not to say that he's not entitled to his feelings. He's not entitled to those emotions. That those feelings and emotions aren't even true. That's not to say that they aren't true. They may very well be true. They may absolutely, unequivocally be true. Yet and still, it's a time and a place for everything. This ain't it. Now, if we was sitting down, we was having a meeting, we was sitting, our family intervention, something along those lines, where we wanted to sit down and lay our burdens down in front of one another to speak on some of the ill wills and the hurt and the harm that we feel that is oftentimes perpetrated by one or the other, you know, and how it makes us feel and how we move. That's the time, but this ain't it. This ain't it. You get so drunk and so out your mind that you forget where you are. You stop looking at things rationally and seeing that this isn't a bathroom, and next thing you know, drunk Uncle Freddie in the corner, pissing in the corner, kids all around. He pissing in the corner because he drunk out his mind, and in his mind, now he's so intoxicated, the way he view the world gets morphed. So much so that he think this corner that he's standing in is a bathroom. He done fell asleep, woke back up, and didn't realize he was still sleeping. He was still in that dream world. And he thought maybe that where he went at would suffice. He thought that was a toilet, that he was, in all actuality, you in the corner of the house. Kids around. That's Kanye for me. Drunk Uncle Freddie. You don't know what you're going to get, what version of him you're going to get at what point. And his intoxication isn't alcohol. Kanye, intoxication isn't alcohol. His intoxication is fame. So yeah, Kanye speaks some true things. Sometimes it's just timing. Sometimes it's just timing. Like, what are you talking about? Why? What is that for? It's not that I don't love my uncle. I just don't want him around. I just don't want to really be around him because I know what I'm going to get from him at one point or another. I know what it's going to lead to. So it's the same as Kanye. Same with Kanye. It's not that I don't love or God love. I don't love or hate him, but it's not that I wouldn't want to do an interview with. It's just I don't care to. And the crazy part about it, imagine somebody like me being able to have a Kanye West on my platform. Imagine how many numbers that would do for me. That would literally catapult me to stardom, to fame. As if That was what I was chasing, and that ain't it. But still, that would do numbers for my YouTube channel. And I still don't care. He wouldn't be somebody that I actively pursue to bring on. More often than not, I just want to be like-minded individuals that I bring on my platform. Now, that doesn't mean that those like-minded individuals aren't going to bring their own controversies at some point or some time. But in the same sense, for the most part, that's what I'm bringing on. That's like me, and that's a preference. That's like me. I don't play video games, so I would never go to a gaming concert or whatever I don't even know what you call it. One of those big things where the gamers all over come together. I would never do that. I don't do that. That's not what I'm into. So why would I partake? I'm a heterosexual male. I'm not going to go to Pride Week. I'm not, well, for what? I'm not going to partake. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, to each his own. The gamer, you like to play your video game? Fuck it up. Do your thing. You gay, you like to deal with men, or you gay, you like to deal with, fuck it, do your thing. I ain't tripping off it. But I don't got to go to it, you know. I ought not be invited. So I'm going to let you know about yourself. Why would you invite me to a pride thing? Why would you invite me to a gamer thing? I'm not into those things. I don't want to partake in those things. But I would love for you to go and have a great time. I would really like for you to go and enjoy yourself if it brings about happiness for you. You know, yeah. So it's no different with Kanye. I'm just using these as metaphors, you know, comparisons. It's the same thing with Kanye. We're not the same type of people. And that doesn't mean that everybody that I have to deal with, everybody that I deal with is going to be virtually identical to my character. That's faking. But what I mean is, I want to deal with as many like-minded individuals. It's hard, man. So that's what I would want on my platform. Now, certain individuals are going to be just, because we are so different, certain individuals are going to be different, but I want to attract those that are like me, because that's what I want to portray to my targeted audience. Strong, powerful men that stand on conviction. That's what I want to portray. That's what I want to give. So with that being said, we're going to close on that. It ain't hate or disdain for Kanye. It's just that we are opposites, I believe. And he remind me of a drunk Uncle Freddie or something. And mind you, I don't have nobody named drunk Uncle Freddie in my family. This, again, just to give an analogy. Black Ops Bandog TV. You like what I'm putting out? Hit that comment, thumbs up, like and subscribe. Till then, do man shit. Let that dog out.